Jason, I want to get out in front of the chat because since the last time you were on, a thing that the commenters do is that everyone who comes on the show has to be designated with a Marvel superhero. Are you a fan of the MCU?
Of course. I mean, X Factor. I've read so many Marvel comics growing up. So if I had to choose, or are you gonna ask me who my favorite Marvel character is, or who I would be if I was a Marvel superhero?
If the audience had to come back and they're like, "This is who we think you are," who would you hope that they say?
I would hope they would say I was Quasar. Quasar is awesome. Or who? Maybe Cloak. I like the real clandestine ones from the MCU, not the Captain Americas, the go-to ones. There's so many level 5 mutants in the MCU that kick ass that no one talks about. So hopefully we have some real big Marvel heads in the chat section that will pin one of those on me.
I just looked up Cloak and looks awesome. So what's interesting about this is we've had a couple people come on who say, I don't watch it, I don't know anyone. We go all the way from that to you where your knowledge is significantly more detailed than my own. I don't know who Cloak is. Quasar I've heard of, but don't really know. I didn't read many comics growing up, and the ones I did weren't necessarily Marvel, but it's mostly Spawn, basically. But anyway, good choices. Let's see what the audience thinks. Rob Shively says, how about Moon Knight, Jason? Are you a fan of Moon Knight?
I will take Moon Knight only because I like the way he acquired his powers. See, some of these mutants get their powers in ways that they're not born with these powers, right? They're given to them by like an ancient ancestor who now resides inside the person's being.
Yeah.
Those stories are cool. Yeah, you could be born a level 5 mutant, a Jean Grey, a Polaris, a Magneto. But when you go somewhere and you stumble into someone who's like, you know what, I think you're cool. Much like a Shazam, even though Shazam's DC, those are cool origin stories. Yeah.
I've never been happier on the show than I am right now. Can I just say that? Okay, I'm gonna try. I don't know much about Moon Knight, although I've always thought that Moon Knight looks awesome, and I remember playing him in one of the Marvel games. He got his power because like an Egyptian god gave them to him.
Yes. With an O. It starts with an O. It's with an O. But yeah.
Okay, awesome. Okay, Elisa Burdick says, if Jason is Cloak, who on TYT would be his dagger?
It would, if my dagger, it would have to be the TYT Beyonce, Anna Kasparian, or or no. It could be Aida Rodriguez. She could be my dad. She could be my dad.
Oh, she hasn't been. I don't think that she's gotten a hero yet. Okay, we might have to go for that. We might. Let's see. Kenny from Philly says Jason is definitely Cloak. Karanik says Moon Knight got powers from Egyptian god Khonshu. And Maymakin said the same.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. We have some people. Carlton over on Twitter also was giving us updates about Moon Knight. A lot of Moon Knight stands in the audience today.
People love they love the B-side superheroes, man. People are tired of the lead singles. They want the B-sides when it comes to their Marvel superheroes. No, they don't. Yeah, Spidey, sure, Iron Man, Thor, whatever. They're played out. Give us the real good ones.
Yeah, I gotta say, I never really got Spider-Man. Like I watched the Tobey Maguire, I thought it was fine. But I watched, a couple months back, I played the PS4 Spider-Man game, and I watched the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. And I thought, I sort of get why he's one of the biggest. He's fun. He's fun.
They need to give X-Men the Dark Knight treatment. Make it real dark, subversive. Stop booking these young kids to play these roles. Make sure. Or do a whole Storm movie just on Storm and her origin, and really the 2000 X-Men movie, which Bryan Singer did an okay job.
But I liked it
because it was
a
one
different time.
Right, it was one of the first. I mean, before we had really good CGI, and then of course in the 2000s, X-Men United, The Last Stand. But Storm is so powerful and gets no play, and never have Halle Berry play her again, or Alexandra Shipp. Maybe, I don't know, Alec Weck, or someone that's just like different. Yeah. That would be killer. That MCU needs to get into it.
I thought Natalie Emmanuel would be good, and then someone came back a few months ago. We had a discussion about who should play Storm, and they came back with the perfect name, but now I don't remember, unfortunately. Oh well, I'm sure chat will have some good suggestions. But anyway, yeah, no, I look, the dark treatment, I think it'd be fine. I just want to see what an X-Men made to MCU standards would look like. I'm dreading the casting because they really nailed that part of it the first time around. But I want to see it. I like X-Men. That was like that of the comics I read. It was X-Men. So anyway.
Right. Well, here's the beauty. Before we go, here's the beauty that now that Disney owns 21st Century Fox, which has produced all the X-Men movies previously, maybe they can. And of course, Disney owns Marvel Studios. Maybe we'll get. We'll get that finally a good X-Men movie that'll do it justice and not hire these like young kids to play these amazing superheroes.
Maybe Lupita. That's hard to argue against.
Hard to argue against. Or I think Lupita. Or who else would be great? I don't know. Like there's Kerry Washington. There's so many great black actresses that could play this role that would kill it. Throw Viola Davis in the mix.
Yeah, maybe that would be, you'd get the drama, definitely.
Drama.
But I saw some suggestions in the chat for Storm, and whoever keeps saying Helena Bonham Carter, no, stop it. Stop it. I love her. No.
Okay, first of all, the only movies that Helena Bonham Carter belongs in are ones by Tim Burton, her husband or ex-husband, I'm not sure if they're married, and Harry Potter. She's or maybe she'll reprise her role in Fight Club.
Yeah, she was great in all those. I really like her personally, but no, she's not gonna be Storm. Obviously, Storm is gonna be played by Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, no, okay, no. First of all, we're not gonna contribute to the whitewashing of Storm here on the Damage Report. Move
on. Okay, no more talk about Storm, everybody. Let's talk about how are you gonna have another Wolverine? Solve that problem, chat. How could you choose another Wolverine after the last 10 years?
You know who would be a great Wolverine? Hugh Jackman. That's all I'm gonna say.
I could see it. I think he would be.
God, he'd be great as Wolverine. God, look, that just offer him the role now.
No Reed, just give it to him. Yeah, I thought you were gonna say like, who's the guy that played? It was in that last Mission Impossible. I could kind of see that maybe. I don't know, but no, it has to be Hugh Jackman.
Henry Cavill?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Cavill played Superman.
I know you can't do both.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah, no. However, really fast, I want to acknowledge someone said Bill Barr is Wolverine. That's kind of funny. And another, so it's Storm. The Storm controversy continues. Someone recommended Tandy Newton, and I have to say,
yes.
After watching Westworld, yes, yeah, she would be
Tandy would kill it.
It would be. These are different storms that we're laying out, but it would be a good one. It would be a good one.
She would be great. Also, she was in Mission Impossible back in the early 2000s.
I remember.
And she is. I got to meet her on the set of Drag Race. She's an incredible woman, and for that's the thing. And look, Halle Berry would be great again if they would just give Halle better wigs and better lines and just a better like an overall Halle superhero makeover. But Tandy Newton would smash it. Would slay Storm.
No, it would be everything. And it's not like I'm not like an expert on Storm in the comics. I'm sure there's some stuff I don't get about that, but I think that she'd be really good. I would say also, Halle Berry was really good in John Wick. Like they gave her bad lines in those old X-Men movies. Like so part of it isn't really on her.
Well, John, I interviewed Halle Berry at the John Wick Parabellum premiere last year, and her character Sophia, we talked about what it took for her to get in shape and be prepared for that role. I mean, that was 6 weeks, 12-hour days. Halle's diehard, and she's 53 years old and still can kick some ass. So Halle, it's an actor is only as good as the script and the directing and the direction that they're given.
Yeah, I could still see it. I mean, if I had to choose, I'd go Tandy, I think, or maybe Lupita. I don't know. I can see both. Anyway, let's see some audition tapes. I'm just gonna say I think it was Miles in the chat. Phoebe Waller-Bridge's Storm, no,
never.
She's a treasure, but no. You don't like her?
No, I mean Fleabag was not that good. I'll leave it at that. It wasn't. I'm sorry, it was not. You know what's really good though? You know what you should get into? What? Selling Sunset on Netflix.
I thought that was a real estate show. Is it not?
It's a complete real estate show, and it's great television, really good television.
Is Phoebe Waller-Bridge in it?
No, but I just wanted to segue away from the Phoebe Waller-Bridge situation because I know I'm gonna get flamed for saying Fleabag isn't good.
I don't find like Killing Eve. She's behind that.
Yeah, well, absolutely, 100%. Jodie Comer and Sandra Oh, incredible. But I will say this last season was nowhere near as good as the first one.
Yeah.
And also, when it's like Handmaid's Tale, right? You have 4 seasons coming up, and when you run out of the initial content from the books that shape the story, and you start going off into your own like weird narratives, you kind of lose the magic. Remember that show Revenge that was on ABC, Revenge, back in the day?
I didn't see it.
So good. First 2 seasons, incredible. The third one, garbage. That's what's happening with a lot of these shows.
Yeah, I will say I read the books for Killing Eve and wasn't a huge fan. Honestly, and the best draw of the show is Jodie Comer, and her character in the books was not very good. It's like all her. She needs to get in the MCU, by the way. You know what? She can play Storm, actually. Let's have Jodie Comer as Storm.
Anyway. John, no, Storm is a black female. What are we
kidding? I'm kidding.
That's like having Julia Roberts is gonna play Harriet Tubman. Sure.
Oh my God, yes, that's true. What about like Rogue? I don't know. We'll talk. We'll figure it out. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.